Believe it or not, baseball is probably one of the hardest sports to get recruited for. There's so much to it, and so you have to really know the ins and outs, and you have to know how to market yourself. Not get caught up in the name game. And the name game is basically this. I ended up finishing school at UCLA. Well, if you want to go to UCLA, that's great. And you might be able to go there academically. Doesn't mean you're going there for baseball. So you can't get caught up in the name game of the school. So if you're really interested in baseball, and I say, what's your name, son? Cozy? If you're interested in baseball, and I say, well, the Kenyon College coach wants to see you. You know what Kenyon College is? But what if the coach says, I really like you to come play for me, and you haven't heard from any other coach? Are you going to willing to go and play if you love baseball? That's the answer. You have to be willing to go where you want to. And there's a lot of opportunities out there. So you have to be able to research, look for schools that are going to offer you the academic part of it that you're going to be interested in. And then if you can, and this is not always easy, but if you can go visit, that's a great way to just immerse yourself in the culture a little bit so that you can see that you're comfortable there. That's going to be really important.
When you're going through this process, think of those things. Think of where is your opportunity. Anthony said it as well. Where is your opportunity? Where are you wanted? Okay? And then is that opportunity right for you? Because all those opportunities, the coach may want you, but it may not be the right opportunity for you. You may not want to live in Bodunk nowhere. Okay? A living situation, and some of the guys that I have gone through our program, I've told them in the past, yeah, you can go there, they want you. Do you see yourself living there after you graduate college? Because let's be real, there's only a few percentage of us that go through playing a sport, and I'm not one of them, that get the opportunity to play professionally. So the NCAA says it all the time, all of us are going through life in baseball and sports, but we're going to be professionals in something else. So understand that, hey, maybe I'm a big city, maybe I want to be in business. Does this school offer business? Is that where my opportunity is going to be? So weigh out where you're going to live, weigh out those opportunities. And then baseball. The game of baseball is meant to be played. That's why Major League Baseball plays 162 times a year, okay? And even more with spring training. So understand that the opportunities during the summer playing for the Bay Area Warriors is a valuable asset, that you have to play this game a lot to get better. It's not something that you roll out the balls and you're good at. You have to work at it.
It's one thing to be academically eligible to be admitted into a college. It's another thing to be athletically eligible to play baseball. Eligibility versus admission. If you get anything out of today's talk from me, don't mix the two together. In order to be eligible to be recruited by an NC2A institution, and coaches, you can help me out here, you need to be eligible academically. There are 16 core courses you have to complete by your senior year. If you do not complete 16 core courses with the appropriate GPA and score appropriate SAT score, you cannot be recruited to go NC2A Division I and or Division II. You can hit 20 bombs, have 3 no-hitters, be All-American, and if you don't do anything for the NC2A Eligibility Center, you will not be recruited. You cannot be recruited.
The NCAA put a number on how many roster spots are available for a team. And that team has 11.7 scholarships to give out. So 11.7 fully funded student athletes. And like you said, you can divide it up how the school wants to divide it up. But that's what's out there and available. And Division II has changed. They're starting to put requirements on how many roster spots they have on their teams as well.
Get familiar with the NC2A Eligibility Center. This is the way the Eligibility Center works. You do everything I tell you to do up here, You turn all your stuff in, you make your payments, you turn your transcripts in. They put your information in a file, they put it up on the cabinets. They don't bring it down until your name goes onto a short list, a recruiting list of a NC2A institution. Then they pull your file out, and then they say whether or not you're eligible or not. Whether or not you're a qualifier or non-qualifier. You're not going to find out the minute you turn your money in. You have to be recruited. They're called merit scholarships. So if you come in with a 3.0, you might get $1,000 off the tuition. If you're at a 3.4, they might knock off $5,000. If you're at 3.6, they knock off $10,000. And $10,000 off a $50,000 tuition, that's $40,000.
Important things when I talk to college coaches across the country, you know, they prefer if they actually see your kid, like they actually see them in person. They will take videos. They actually want to see you go through drills. They actually want to see you, if you're a pitcher, they want to see you and have two different angles of how you're pitching, because they want to be able to see movement, they want to see your rotation, they want to see all these different things. And so, and it only really needs to be 5 minutes or less, because that's all the time a college coach has. You know, I walk by the office and see Coach Behringer, and I see him staring at the computer, like, I know what he's doing, so I'm not going to bother him right now, because he's got a little amount of time before he's got to get out in the field. So you have to recognize that. So I try to work with our student athletes at the end of their sophomore year to get them to start thinking about it. So they get homework assignments from me, which is basically to go in and create your list of schools. And what I call them is include your sweatshirt school. And your sweatshirt school means that's the school that you'll probably get into, but you're only going to wear the sweatshirt. You're not going to play, even though it looks good. So consider your sweatshirt schools to schools that are really a reality for you. And that would include Division III schools.
What are you guys doing for your academic success? What kind of plan are you putting together? All this information up here is great. You guys don't remember the first thing I told you. But if you put a plan together and present it to your counselor at high school, your job is going to be so much easier.